Good afternoon, all participants to the webinar Use of AI tool, AI and audit tool in direct taxation. So today's our seminar is going for 2 hours, and this will be very useful for direct taxation. I have with us our Vice Chairman and Chairman of Direct Tax Committee, CA Piyush Shajarji and CA Vishnu Agarwalji, and today's speaker, CA Nikun Sagi. Uh, I want to introduce our Vice Chairman, our Chairman, CA Piyush Chajarji. CA Piyush Chajarji is a experience of 25 years in FCA and TISA, and his current role is as a senior partner in Messrs. Chajar and Doshi Chartered Accountant. He is an expert in tax litigation and advisory, and he is currently technical advisor on international auditing and assurance standard board and member of committee to study fiscal regime and other statutory requirement of business in SAR. He is on the board of Wimplash Limited, Celloword and Multibase Limited. He is dedicated to sharing the knowledge and proactive involvement in creating various initiatives in benefit of the members. He is a regular contributor to Dietest publication, and he is a regular speaker in different forums on ICI, BCA and different bodies. With this brief introduction, I request CA Piyush Chatterjee to give his welcome address. Piyush Chatterjee, please.
Thank you very much, Pinky ma'am, for your introduction. Uh, the faculty for the day, CA Nikunj Shah. Thank you for joining us and accepting our invitation to address the members on this Thursday programs, which has been appraised by a lot of people over there, and you will get to know also that how many people are listening to, and we all generally get a lot of good response to it. My vice chairman, C. Vishnu Agarwal, who is handling this direct tax committee and is of great support to me in taking a lot of initiatives under the Direct Tax Committee. CA Pinky Kedia Regional Council member coming from Mumbai. So all four of us are today from Mumbai for the benefit of the members, faculty, moderator, chairman, and the vice chairman. And all from Andheri, a very close and also part of a similar study circle, I would say. So coming to a direct tax committee, I'm talking from Pune. Myself and vice chairman, we are Pune, and the president of our institute. And we have a committee of AI also, where we have a chairman Umesh Sharma and vice chairman Dayanivas Sharmaji, who has taken this AI certificate course to a very next level. And almost we would be reaching more than 500 certificate courses. And most importantly, we all recognize the fact that the membership in the practice, even today, 80% of their practice is predominantly direct taxes. So, any such technology changes, if those changes are brought in taxation, I think so that would be the one of the best help to the members what institute can do. And keeping that thought in mind, we tried to structure today's program, and obviously faculty better than Nikunja could not have been available. And he agreed within a minute. And I was in a committee meeting at that moment of time. And he just called up to talk on some other subject, probably on taxation. And I was sitting with my secretary, and I just realized that Nikunj ne samne se call kiya, so I'll just catch hold of him for the immediate coming Thursday. So thank you very much for that. Apart from that, for the benefit of members, very good afternoon to all of you. I will just make a small mention. You would have read in the newspapers today, obviously, and a lot of information is going on the media. Obviously, the certain information is kept confidential, but for the benefit of the members, I've been told, and the media has also told now that the select committee to whom the Income Tax Bill 2025 was referred, they have approved and they have given their report also. And that report would be presented probably somewhere on maybe 22nd or 23rd of July before the parliament. Most importantly, they have recommended around 285 suggestions. Of course, those are not in public domain, but I believe, and we are trying to locate those out of the suggestions made by institute. I understand that more than 100 plus suggestions have been accepted from the institute's suggestions, which are available on our website. What was suggested by us, and I'm very happy to know that they have recognized our efforts in that direction. And obviously, if the that gets incorporated in the income tax bill, which is going to be presented, ultimately it will form part of the act also. As far as other suggestions are concerned, which we have been told probably, like structural changes, which are more in of a policy nature are not being considered currently, because this is as good as redrafting it from the perspective of reducing litigations, making more simpler language. So, or whatever errors that have occurred that needs to be amended or rectified. That was an idea. So those suggestions have already been accepted. I would like to make a mention of it. And again, for the benefit of members, which I mentioned last Thursday also, so a lot of members would be aware also, the guidance note exposure draft, which is open up till 20th. We are there. We are already on 17 today. We have 3 days left. My request to members, please do send their comments. If any issue arises or you have not satisfied with the uh, existing whatever information is available in that exposure draft of guidance, so please do let us know. We'll consider that at our direct tax committee, which is going to happen on 28th of this month. And most probably after that meeting, maybe on 30th council meeting, we'll try to release the revised edition of the guidance note, which would be available to you for discharging your assurance functions. So with this short note, I thought I'll just brief you what's happening around. So thank you very much once again to Nikunj and Pinky ji for joining this afternoon, and happy learning to all the members. Thank you. Over to you, Pinky ji.
Thank you, Piyush for your valuable insights and you whatever the initiative you are taking for the benefit of the members. Uh, Now, I want to introduce our Vice Chairman of Directors Committee, C. Vishnu Agarwal ji. Vishnu Agarwal ji is a Central Council member for 25 to 29, and currently he is serving as a Vice Chairman of the CP Committee and Directors Committee. He is also member in Standing Committee, Executive Committee, Managing Committee, and Finance Committee of ICN. He's a experience of 2 decades in income tax, especially in search and seizure, Benami and black money proceeding, and ITAT proceeding and income tax litigation. He is also a renowned speaker and author in direct taxation and litigation matter. He has authored the book Landmark Judgment of Income Tax for the benefit of tax professionals. In his leadership role, he is a former chairman of WRC of ICI in the year 2017-18 and served as a regional council member for 2010 to 2019. In social engagement, he is with different NGO and different social organizations like Aravali Agrawal Samaj Lions Club, RVG Alumni, Bharat Vikas Parishad, etc. So, with this brief introduction, I request CA Vishnu Agarwalji, Vice Chairman of the committee, for his opening remarks. Vishnu Agarwalji, over to you.
Thank you, madam. Respected our chairman of the Direct Tax Committee, Piyush Chhajedji, today's speaker, none other than Nikunj Saji, moderator of this session, Pinky Kedia ji, my sister and regional council member, and our office, Preeti ji, all the senior in the profession, ladies and gentlemen, and my all the CNDG officers today present in this particular webinar. Friends, from last 4 months, we are doing very hard work for the Finance Bill 2025, and our chairman has mentioned that select committee has already approved this Finance Bill 2025 and sent to the Parliament. Friends, and chairman has told that more than 100 suggestions of the ICI has accepted by the selection committee. And friends, it is the proud moment for of all the chartered accountant. That's this hard working of our chartered accountants and the direct tax committee and our president and vice president has taken the good color in the for the finance bill 2025. Friends, apart from the this every Thursday we are doing this webinar, and today also more than 1500 chartered accountant is watching this particular topic on this afternoon, because we in spite of these busy schedules, friends, we are also coming out with the checklist of the ITR and mentioned by the chairman for the guidance note of the 44AB. The revised guidance note 44AD of the tax audit is the public domain for the exposure draft. I request each one of you, if you have any suggestion, kindly send to the mail on this for the particular exposure draft. And today we have topic for the AI for the chartered accountant and AI for the chartered accountant in the direct tax. Friends, whenever top topic comes for the AI, always we see that this is the only chat GPT. Chat GPT is only one of the part of the AI, and we can do the multiple functions in the chat GPT also in the AI. Lot of comparison, lot of appeal drafting, submissions of the any notices. Friends, the so AI is the must for our chartered accountant for the new generation. If we will not learn the AI, just it is we don't know the how to handle our mobile phone. Friends, with these words, I once again welcome to each one of you, Nikun Saji, Pinky Kedia ji, and thanks to my chairman to organize this particular webinar. And today also I welcome my all the CNDG officers who is attending this particular program. Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vishnuji. So I want to thanks Vice Chairman and Chairman of Directors Committee to organize this webinar, because now this is very much needed for the tax professional. And now I want to extend my thanks to CA Nikunj SR to accept our invitation as a speaker for this current and very relevant topic. So, see, I want to ask the audience, have you ever wondered what it takes to uncover complex financial fraud or trace hidden money trails in the digital age? Our speaker today does exactly that. I'm delighted to introduce CA Nikunj Shah, a chartered accountant with over 2 decades of expertise in forensic audit, fraud detection, and IT governance. Nikunji is a partner at Sasikant J. Shah and Company and holds multiple distinguished credential DISA from ICI, where he ranked 10th in India. Certified Internal Auditor from the Institute of Internal Auditor USA and Certified Fraud Examiner from ACFE USA. He has played a key role in shaping forensic accounting standard as a member of ICI expert group, and he has served on the Digital Accounting and Assurance Board. His work includes leading investigation into insider trading, money laundering, procurement fund fraud, and sophisticated cybercrime. He is also an authority on data analytics for fraud detection and IT control in SAP environments. Beyond investigation, Nikonj is a passionate educator and thought leader. He has delivered more than 300 sessions for professionals, corporate, and law enforcement agencies, including training the CBI's Economic Offense Wing. He has also contributed to major publications on forensic accounting and auditing techniques. And one more thing about him, he holds a master in art degree in political from Mumbai University. So commerce and after that arts. So it's very good, CA Nikunji. And so I request all to please join me in welcoming CA Nikunj, who will now take us through topic of the AI tool and audit tool for direct tax and share practical insight on tackling these things. So welcome Nikunji, and again I want to thank you for accepting our invite as a speaker. Over to Nikunji, please.
Nikunj bhai, just before you come, just before I get, just for the benefit of you, I welcome there are certain officers of the CAG from the Office of Comptroller Auditor General also who has joined this webinar and who is looking forward to your expert knowledge as far as because you know their role. They are auditors of income tax department also, and they need to ensure that the functioning of income tax department is in accordance with the law, and I'm sure they will be also benefited. So I welcome all of them whosoever are watching us online today. So I thought I'll just intervene. Over to you, Nikunj bhai.
So, respected chairperson of the Direct Tax Committee, Shri Piyush Bhai, respected vice chairman, Vishnu ji, my colleagues, Pinky ji, and other officers of the Direct Tax Committee over here, respected seniors in the profession, colleagues, my dear friends, and most importantly, a very warm welcome to our guests who are officers from the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, whom we have the privilege, we as in the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, has the privilege to host in a knowledge sharing session. A very warm welcome to all of you. At the outset, I would like to express my deep and sincere gratitude to ICI in general and the Direct Tax Committee headed by Piyush Bhai in particular for having me here, for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts with participants across India And I believe when we are on the net, when we are live on the net, it may not be across India. The geography is history. In fact, with technology, as it is said, geography becomes history. And there may be participants here who are watching this webinar live from across the globe. From across the globe, a very, very warm welcome to all of you. Once again, my sincere gratitude to Piyush Bhai in particular for having me here. My hearty thanks to Pinky ji also for very kind words of introduction. But at the same time, I must express slight grudge also that I have because she missed out to mention a very important aspect about me, which has I'd written in the profile, but still it was missed out. Um, she forgot to mention to this August gathering over here that I was also the captain of my kabaddi team in class 7. So this may please be noted. This may please be noted.
Yeah, yeah. My bad. I missed that. It's a greater achievement, actually.
Right, right, right. Okay.
Healthy body, healthy
So,
mind.
right. And I'm going to take some slight liberty, Pinky ji, with flavoring the my talk in our own national language, Hindi also. I'll take a slight liberty to flavor this talk with some Hindi dialogues also. Uh, AI या आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस में ऐसा क्या खास है जो उसे अन्य एप्लीकेशंस जैसे वर्ड, एक्सेल, टैली, पावर पॉइंट, एसएपी, गूगल, याहू, all this on one side, and AI powered applications like chat gpt, Gemini, perplexity, copilot on other side. What makes these AI powered applications so special? So, this is the first point on which we would like to deliberate. We are going to move very quickly, swiftly over some fundamentals of AI and then proceed to case studies. So, this is going to be the format of this webinar where I'm going to share with all the participants over here, number one, some fundamentals of AI, and then move on to practical case studies, and that also in direct tax, and that also focused on litigation. So using AI for direct tax litigation, case study based, is going to be the focus of this webinar. Before I do that, a few points, a few fundamentals that I would want to share with the participants so that we make a strong base of understanding AI and then applying that for our professional work. My question survives, and I will be happy to receive your feedback in the chat box. मैंने चैट बॉक्स की विंडो यहाँ पे ओपन रखी हुई है और मैं आपके फीडबैक का इंतजार कर रहा हूं. What makes AI powered applications like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Copilot, or Gemini on one side, and SAP, Tally, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Google on the other? What makes AI powered application so special? इसमें ऐसा क्या खास है? What is so special about AI powered applications? Had this been a live seminar, I would have asked people to raise hands, but here in an online format, in a webinar format, please feel free to share your thoughts on the chat box. The chat box is open, and I'm keen and eager to know your views on what makes AI powered applications so special. Can I have some views? Pinky ji?
You all can, all the audience, you can write in the chat box the what the question asked by the our faculty, CA Nikun sir.
No,
So
am I? Would I
you
be
can,
able to? Would I be able to see their responses in the chat box itself?
yes, I
Okay. Okay.
think
Can the text support come in? Because I don't see any response as of yet. Maybe somewhere, I don't know whether the chat box is open to participants and
Sir, it will not be shared over the Zoom. It will be shared separately. We will give you the login ID and password of that. Although
oh,
Pinky ma'am is
okay,
watching side by side.
okay, okay. So Pinky ji, maybe you'll have to copy and paste in our chat box where I can maybe see their inputs. Um, Rudrakshi ji, can we make some tweak in the technology whereby I can see what they are writing?
Okay, I'll
yeah,
contact
they are
Pinky. Just a second. You
Okay.
can
uh,
continue, sir. I'll
they
contact.
they are writing no queue. They are generative AI, saving time, customized results, AI adapt. They can analyze the information quickly. They are interactive, quick, huge knowledge bank, user
Super,
friendliness,
super. Okay, okay,
AI
okay.
tools.
Okay, Pinkaji. I think I've got the gist. I've got the gist in about
Yeah,
8 to 10 attributes or qualities that you said. And if I merge all these 8 to 10 qualities, that yes, with AI you can converse with them in natural language. So natural language processing is one of the key abilities of an AI powered application. Along with this, you can get solutions to specific replies. Yes, that is also true. You can customize them. Yes, that is also true. However, even if I were to aggregate all these qualities that Pinky ji just mentioned, that I got feedback from participants, even if I were to aggregate all this on a scale of 0 to 10, we come somewhere at 8. Two more points to be picked up. What is so special about AI? So, for another 6 to 8 minutes, just sit back, relax, and listen to me with rapt attention as I share with participants what is so special about AI. What one quality makes AI extremely different and uh, different and special from other computer based applications. Friends, I very vividly remember my articleship days. I just joined articleship, and in the first few days, the boss, my firm's partner, he came to know of my abilities. So he announced in the firm that this Nikunj है ना जो नया आर्टिकल जिसने ज्वाइन किया हुआ है, this Nikunj's mind works like a computer. And he made an announcement in the firm that Nikon's mind works like a computer. And in another a month's time, he started saying this to clients also. So उन्होंने क्लाइंट्स में भी ये बात फैलाना शुरू कर दिया कि निकुंज का माइंड है ना कंप्यूटर की तरह चलता है. I thought he was giving me a compliment. I thought he was giving me a compliment. Actually क्या चल रहा है? सी फ्रेंड्स, ये उन दिनों की बात है जिन दिनों इनकम टैक्स रिटर्न्स फाइल करने के लिए इनकम टैक्स ऑफिसेस जाना पड़ता था. आई एम श्योर सेवरल ऑफ माय कलीग्स ओवर हियर एंड सीनियर्स ओवर हियर हैव not only witnessed, have experienced that era where we used to file paper returns manually in income tax offices. निकुंज, ये 3 रिटर्न्स लेके आयकर भवन जाओ, रूम नंबर 314 में ये रिटर्न फाइल करके एक्नॉलेजमेंट लेके वापस आओ. एंड आई यूज टू अकम्प्लिश दिस टास्क परफेक्टली. निकुंज, टुडे गो टू मातृ मंदिर, and all these are income tax offices in Mumbai. Nikunj, today you go to Matru Mandir, file these, go to room number 217, file these 3 returns, and get the acknowledgement back to the office. I used to perfectly accomplish this task. Nikunj, today is the last day of filing tax returns. 4 returns are still pending. Go to Aikar Bhavan, run. I reached Aikar Bhavan with tax returns, and in the evening 5 p.m. when the office started shutting down, I came back to my office without filing the returns. The boss saw the returns in my hands, and he was both angry and surprised. Nikunj, you haven't filed these returns. I said, yes, sir, I haven't filed them. But Nikunj, I sent you to income tax. Yes, sir, I went to income tax. But why did you come back without filing? But, sir, you did not ask me to file these returns. But, Nikunj, all this while you have been going to income tax, I have been sending you, and I have been giving you the task to file the returns. So, this time, why didn't you file the returns? Sir, but this time you did not specifically ask me to file the returns. Oh, Nikun's mind works like a computer. What does this mean? Computers are devices that do tasks very efficiently and effectively. Yes, we all know about this. However, with computers, there is one inherent limitation, and that is computers do not learn by themselves or learn anything from their experiences. जिसे हिंदी में कहते हैं तजुर्बा सिखा देता है. Experience teaches, but the problem is, the challenge is, experience teaches only to humans, nothing to computers. Welcome to AI, or artificial intelligence. I very vividly remember the year was 2002. I had just qualified as a chartered accountant, and one of those days I saw a advertisement in the Times of India on the first page, a small column on the left hand side. It said, and I'm sharing some facts with you. You can Google this. You will still find maybe a copy of Times of India of 2002, which said this, that in 2002, Honda company had made a robot by the name Asimo. And Honda company declared that this is the world's first robot which works on AI, or artificial intelligence. I was surprised. 2002 की बात चल रही है. होंडा कंपनी से निर्मित असीमो जी वर्ल्ड के पहले रोबोट है जो एआई या आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे चलते हैं. This aroused curiosity in me. It also said that Asimo is doing rounds across the globe, and luckily for us, Asimo has come to India. And in India, it is going to be in Mumbai at Ville Parle, and is going to come to a municipal school at Ville Parle to play with students over there. All are invited to meet and greet Asimo. I also stay at Ville Parle, and my curiosity ensured that I reached the municipal school at 10 a.m. in the morning to meet and greet Asimo. When I reached there, Asimo was playing football with students of class 6. It was quite a sight. It was quite a sight to see a robot playing with students. The head scientist who was heading this Asimo's project made an announcement, and that is, Asimo was given a task to cross a busy road at Ville Parle. Now, Asimo belongs to Japan, where the traffic rules are different from traffic rules in Mumbai. In Japan, the traffic moves from left to right, while in India, the traffic moves from, well, actually it should move from right to left, but as we know, it can move almost in any direction. It can move diagonally, it can move in circles also. And Asimo tried to cross the road by following the rules that it had learned in Japan. First look left, then look right, then look left, and then cross the road. It started to cross the road, and from the right hand side, and from the right hand side, a car came and Asimo met with an accident. We could all see Asimo falling down. The next day, same Asimo, busy road, and he was again given this task to cross the road. And Asimo was able to cross the road successfully. Wow. Applause, 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 applause. Asimo is a robot that works on artificial intelligence. The head scientist came on the stage and made announcement that today we have broken the last human barrier. Today we are able to design machines which are capable of learning new rules from its own experience. We did not program traffic rules of Mumbai into Asimo. Yesterday's experience, Asimo learned how one can successfully cross the road in Mumbai. Super, which means we have broken the last human barrier. We have been able to design machines that learn from their experiences. Excellent. Friends, today, or as ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, or Copilot, these applications which are AI powered have one very important capability, and that capability is the capability to learn by itself, learn from experiences. However, in 2002, the head scientist also said a very, very important thing, and that is, although these machines are capable to learn by itself, still there is a major limitation. And the limitation is the machines are able to learn on their own only so many things as a 9-year-old would be able to learn from by itself. Even after spending 20 years in research on AI, we have not been able to design machines which are capable of learning more things than a 9-year-old human being. उसका दिमाग 9 साल पे अटक गया है. वो इससे अधिक चीजें अपने आप नहीं सीख पा रहा. And if this data is to be extrapolated, then it will take us at least 65 to 70 years until we are able to design a machine which is capable of self-learning as many things as a 21-year-old human is able to learn. Oh, 65 to 70 years लगेंगे एक ऐसा मशीन या एक ऐसी एप्लीकेशन डिजाइन करने के लिए जो अपने आप सीख सकता है, लेकिन अपने आप उतनी चीजें सीख सकता है जितनी की एक 20 या 21 साल का ह्यूमन बीइंग सीख सकता है. ऐसा असीमो के हेड साइंटिस्ट ने सन 2002 में कहा था. Today is 2025. About 2 years back, we have been able to witness ChatGPT, Perplexity, co-pilots and Geminis of the world, which are capable of self-learning. Forget about capable of self-learning. In fact, capable of learning so many new things on its own as a 21-year-old adult. Oh, forget about 21-year-old adult. As many things as a professional having 20 years or 40 years of experience can learn. मतलब आज के चैट जीपीटी, परप्लेक्सिटी, को पायलट्स और जेमिनाई सिर्फ अपने आप नई चीजें नहीं सीख रहे, ये तो वो कर ही रहे हैं। द बेस्ट पार्ट इज वो इतनी चीजें सीख सकते हैं जितनी की एक 25-year-old या एक 40-year-old experienced professional like a chartered accountant or a doctor or engineer is capable of learning. This is something extremely unique about AI, which sets it apart from every other computer applications that we know of. I would like to take a pause over here. And I would like to ask this question to all my participants over here. Now that we know that ChatGPT, Perplexities, and other AI-powered applications are capable of self-learning. Not only they are capable of self-learning, they are capable of self-learning as many new things as a qualified and experienced professional of 20 to 40 years is capable of learning. Is this fact good news for us or bad news for us? एक मशीन अपने आप नई चीजें सीख रहा है. पिंकी जी, I would like to get responses from the participants. उनके मतानुसार, according to them, the capability of a machine to self-learn things, self-learn as many new things as a 25 or a 40-year experienced chartered accountant is able to learn. Is this fact good news for us or bad news for us? Pinky ji, you are there?
Yes, yes, I am there.
Super,
I had,
super. I would like to take feedback from participants. What do they believe?
Yes. Yes, I'm checking the response given by the participant.
You can post the response on the chat box that I can also
yes.
see.
It's a good news for humanity, good and bad both.
Pinky ji, good and bad is always a convenient answer. Is always a convenient answer. However, I would also like to know the reason behind why we believe it is good news or it is bad news. What makes this good or bad news?
I'm waiting for the answer. One feedback is, sir, very nice explanation and excellent example to learn the behavior of AI.
Okay. Oh, Pinky ji, I would like to take this session ahead. There are people who believe that because AI is capable of learning new things on its own and can act like a professional, chartered accountant, the apprehension is that this is bad news for us. Why? Because there is always a fear that a chartered accountant services, especially in the field of audit or tax, may be taken over by AI. AI may take over accounting, AI may take over audit, AI may take over tax. This is the apprehension that several members have. However,
should I read read some of the answer, some of the response? Should I read some of the response?
Please go ahead.
Best news in case we are able to use, and one is good news for us until there remains within their human power. And again, it's a good thing. The AI will assist us in a fraction of time. It reduces the time. And one is saying bad news because it will swallow the jobs of professionals.
It may swallow the jobs of professionals. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've got the idea. I've got the idea.
Yeah.
I want to share.
Need to balance human professionalism and AI professional. One is saying it's a bad as it can replace the compliance work done by us. So it's a mixture of that. One bad news is because they are replacing the human and labor and our professionals, like they are saying that. And good news that we can good news is lot of other things we can also learn which we are not aware, and we can do work more exploring new ideas, time utilization, perfect work. Good for good. There are several reasons. It will make our task easy. Every innovation has its pros and
Right.
cons.
Right.
Uh,
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So Pinky ji, let me bring some real life perspective to the table. हाँ, हमारे क्लाइंट है करीब करीब 100 करोड़ के आसपास का टर्नओवर है, 100 crores turnover. Now, since past about 6 to 8 months, we do both their audit work, their tax work also, and they have several entities within the group. Since past 6 to 8 months, Pinky ji, what I've really observed is that scrutiny notices जो उनको आती है, उनके मुनीम जी वो मुझे फॉरवर्ड करते हैं, बट सिंस पास्ट 6 to 8 months he is forwarding those scrutiny notices to me along with the draft response also, that निकुंज सर
काका
ये स्क्रूटिनी नोटिस है और ये उसका ड्राफ्ट रिस्पॉन्स है. नाउ पिंकी जी, आई नो दैट देयर इज नो क्वालिफाइड चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एम्प्लॉयड बाय माय क्लाइंट. उधर 2 अकाउंटेंट्स हैं और एक ये मुनीम जी है जो पिछले 30 साल से उधर जॉब कर रहे हैं और कोई अकाउंट्स में है ही नहीं. सारा का सारा काम वो हम लोगों से ही, हम प्रोफेशनल्स लोगों से ही करवाते हैं, लेकिन उनके ऑफिस में कोई नहीं है. सवाल ये बनता है दैट नोटिस, स्क्रूटिनी नोटिस का ड्राफ्ट रिस्पॉन्स कौन बना रहा है, नंबर 1. नंबर 2, जब मैं ये ड्राफ्ट रिस्पॉन्स पढ़ता हूं तो पढ़ के लगता है कि यार किसी ने मेहनत करके बनाया. मतलब on a scale of 0 to 10, the draft response most importantly is anywhere between 8 to 9.5. 8 से नीचे वो गया नहीं है कभी, which means somebody is applying mind and preparing the draft response. It became obvious to me that all these draft responses are prepared by ChatGPT. Still, they are coming to me. Only after my review, these draft responses become final and then are uploaded on the income tax portal. ये पिछले कुछ महीनों से हो रहा है. मैं इस बात को यहां पे पॉज कर रहा हूं और इसकी एक पैरेलल बात मैं आपसे कर रहा हूं. द अदर डे आई हैड अ लेक्चर एट दिल्ली and AI पे ही था and I was invited. The lecture had to start at 10 a.m. not to take any risk. I reached Delhi one day before. So I reached Delhi at around 7 p.m. and by the time I checked into hotel, it was 9:30 p.m. होटल में चेक करके ये पता नहीं क्या हुआ पिंकी जी, I started feeling a little down with health. I started feeling feverish. मैंने थर्मोमीटर निकाला और मेजर किया. थर्मोमीटर पे मर्क्यूरी तो नहीं आया, मतलब बुखार तो नहीं था. I was not suffering from fever at least. However, आंखों में से पानी आ रहा था. I was sneezing too much and generally down and feverish. Now 9:30 already हो गए थे और मैं दिल्ली नया शहर है मेरे लिए. I don't know anybody there. क्या करता? I opened my laptop and ChatGPT as it is knows many things about me. Sometimes I wonder it knows more things about me than maybe my wife also knows. So I asked ChatGPT that this is what my present state of health is. What should I do? ChatGPT recommended 3 different tablets it recommended. I took a photograph of that prescription, went downstairs, and from a chemist purchased the medicines and I would like to take a pause over here. So what do participants think? Number 1, first question to all the participants to this August gathering in the month of July. Okay, to this August gathering in the month of July, my first question is, should I take those 3 tablets? Number 1. And number 2, the second question is, what do you think? Did I take those 3 tablets? Two separate questions. Pinky ji, I would love to listen to answers from participants. आपको क्या लगता है? नंबर 1, क्या मुझे वो टैबलेट्स ले लेनी चाहिए? वो मेडिसिन ले लेनी चाहिए? नंबर 1. नंबर 2, क्या मैंने वो मेडिसिन ले ली? क्या लगता है पिंकी जी?
मेरे हिसाब से तो नहीं लेनी चाहिए, जब तक यदि आपने उसको इनपुट ठीक नहीं दिया हुआ है तो, बिकॉज वॉट एवर डिसीजन AI इज गिविंग, इट्स बेस्ड ऑन वॉट एवर इनपुट यू हैड गिवन टू हिम। आपको साथ में यदि और कोई प्रॉब्लम है या किसी की एलर्जी है या किसी मेडिसिन की एलर्जी है, हाउ AI विल नो अबाउट दैट? So it depends on the input you provided to him, to AI. If you had provided all your complexity or background of your problem,
So पिंकी जी,
then
ये आपका उत्तर है या आप कहीं से पढ़ के बता रहे हैं?
नहीं, ये मेरा खुद का ही उत्तर है।
ये आपका उत्तर है। ओके ओके, so very interesting. No, सवाल ही नहीं है. This very thoughtful answer that you gave to this question. And any other inputs from participants?
Yeah, AI at the decision making level, AI can never outweigh human intelligence. While using Chat GPT, it is chance that professional brain working shall be reducing. After that, I don't think. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Answer to both question, no. Everyone is saying
बहुत सारे
no.
लोगों ने नो कहा है, जिस तरह पिंकी जी ने नो कहा है. पिंकी जी, काइंड रिक्वेस्ट टू पॉज ओवर हियर. बहुत सारे लोगों ने नो कहा है. ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा है जैसे पिंकी जी के फेस के एक्सप्रेशन से भी यही प्रतीत हो रहा है कि निकुंज भाई मत लेना. एक पार्टिसिपेंट ने तो, एक और पिछली वेबिनार में पिंकी जी पार्टिसिपेंट ने ये कहा था कि सर आपने पक्का वो मेडिसिन नहीं लिया है क्योंकि आज आप हमारे सामने हैं. ओके. सो मैं इस बात को भी इधर पॉज करता हूं पिंकी जी, इस बात को भी इधर, और एक थर्ड एनालॉजी पे आता हूं. ये सारी चीजें कंबाइन हो जाएगी और हम डायरेक्ट टैक्स पे आ जाएंगे सिर्फ 5 मिनट में. सिर्फ 5 मिनट में. So I am already on the...
No one person write that you should take, or you no one advised that
not
you
a
should
single
take.
person is of the view
No
that
a
I should
single
take the
person
medicine.
advised.
Not a
You
single
should
person.
not take the medicine. You should not take the
I
medicine.
shouldn't take
Everybody
the
is saying that
medicine.
you should not take the medicine.
Okay, I've understood the mood of the people right now. But the third episode that I'm going to share with you. You know, Pinky ji, I started traveling very widely about 20 years back. 20 साल पहले मैंने ट्रैवल एकदम शुरू किया और फ्लाइट्स में जाना. तो तभी है ना, फ्लाइट्स में कॉकपिट में पायलट के साथ साथ नेविगेटर्स बैठते थे. सो नेविगेटर्स आर प्रोफेशनल्स हु डायरेक्ट द एयरक्राफ्ट. वो एयरक्राफ्ट को डायरेक्शन देते हैं. जैसे आगे से लेफ्ट ले लेना. I don't understand, of course, but yes, these are professionals who used to direct the aircraft. ऐसा 20 साल पहले हुआ करता था. लेकिन आज अगर आप एयरक्राफ्ट में बोर्ड करेंगे और कॉकपिट खोल के देखेंगे तो उधर पायलट के साथ नेविगेटर्स है ही नहीं. सो देयर इज नो नेविगेटर, देयर इज ओनली पायलट एंड हिज को पायलट. लेकिन देयर आर नो नेविगेटर्स. क्यों? क्योंकि पिछले 15 साल पहले एक्सपर्ट जीपीएस बेस्ड एक्सपर्ट नेविगेशन सिस्टम्स ये इंप्लीमेंट हो गई है, जो सारे के सारे व्हीकल्स, एयरक्राफ्ट, शिप्स में डायरेक्शन देने का काम करती है. और ये नेविगेटर्स की जॉब खा गया है. नो नेविगेटर्स रिक्वायर्ड. क्यों? क्योंकि नेविगेशन का काम सिर्फ और सिर्फ जीपीएस बेस्ड एक्सपर्ट सिस्टम्स, एक्सपर्ट नेविगेशन सिस्टम्स ही करती है. ये तो आज का हाल है. लेकिन आज से शायद 5 साल बाद जब आप एयरक्राफ्ट बोर्ड करेंगे तो कॉकपिट खोल के देखेंगे. कॉकपिट में नेविगेटर्स तो पहले से नहीं थे और अब शायद पायलट्स भी नहीं होंगे. देयर विल बी नो पायलट्स. अंदर आप एयरक्राफ्ट में एंटर करेंगे तो शायद एयर होस्टेस भी नहीं होगी. well, that for some other day. But the entire point is that soon we may have aircrafts which do not have navigators, which also do not have pilots or co-pilots. The entire question is, now I want to ask this question, Pinky ji, you may please come on the screen and help me with responses of the participants. My question to this August gathering is, क्या आप ऐसे एयरक्राफ्ट्स में बैठना पसंद करेंगे? Will you be okay? Will you like to fly in such aircrafts where there are no navigators, no pilots, and maybe no air hostesses? So, Pinky ji, I would like to know what is the response from the participants. Can I request you to please come on the screen?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm waiting.
Pinky ji, क्या होता है मालूम है? For a speaker like me, it becomes sometimes very difficult to speak to IP addresses.
That's why in between I am opening my screen.
Right. So मुझे कुछ लोग तो दिखे.
Yes.
Yes, पिंकी जी. क्या आप ऐसे एयरक्राफ्ट में बैठना पसंद करेंगे? पिंकी जी, आपका व्यू क्या बनता है?
शायद पहली बार तो नहीं.
नहीं.
ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड रहेगा तो ही.
अच्छा, तो पहले आप किसी और को भेजेंगे?
किसी और को नहीं, मतलब कोई नहीं रहे, यदि ऐसे ही 2-4 बार राउंड मार के आए. No, I won't, बिल्कुल नहीं. Only when 100% no, till the system are very trustworthy. Certainly no, a big no. Advanced technology is part and parcel of life.
Okay.
Someone is 2 or 3 are saying yes, of course.
Okay. तो I would request you, Pinky, to pause. Pinky ji to pause.
Yeah.
अभी देखिए यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है. Friends, मैंने ये क्वेश्चन है ना दिल्ली में पूछा था. नेक्स्ट डे मेरा लेक्चर दिल्ली में था, तो मैंने पूछा कि क्या आप ऐसे एयरक्राफ्ट में बैठना पसंद करेंगे? यू नो, अ पर्सन रेज्ड हैंड एंड सेड, सर, ये लेक्चर के लिए हम दिल्ली मेट्रो में आए हैं और दिल्ली मेट्रो में मोटरमैन है ही नहीं. मतलब सर, फ्यूचर में 5 साल के बाद वो बात तो जाने दीजिए. आज भी हम ऐसे व्हीकल्स में ऑलरेडी ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं जो व्हीकल्स में मोटरमैन या ड्राइवर है ही नहीं, और फिर भी सर हम लेक्चर में सुरक्षित तो पहुंच ही गए हैं. तो अगर आज लेक्चर में सुरक्षित पहुंच गए तो सर ऐसे एयरक्राफ्ट में बैठ के हमें तो विश्वास है कि हम सुरक्षित डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंच ही जाएंगे. द पॉइंट आई वॉन्ट टू ब्रिंग ऑन द टेबल इज दिस. ध्यान से सुन रहे हैं. मैं डायरेक्ट टैक्सेस पे नेक्स्ट 5 मिनट में आने वाला हूं, लेकिन ये पॉइंट को पकड़ना एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट है. एक्सट्रीमली इंपॉर्टेंट. सी फ्रेंड्स, all of us use technology. All of us. GPS based Google Maps हम सभी यूज कर रहे हैं. ओके. और वो Google Maps ही हमें हेल्प करते हैं नेविगेट करने के लिए. लेकिन फिर भी हम जैसे लोग, जो यहां पर अधिकतर लोग पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, 1300 लोग प्लस जो बैठे हैं, हम जैसे लोग आज भी हेजिटेंट है टू रिलाई सोनली ऑन द एडवाइस ऑफ अ सिस्टम. We want to get it confirmed, we want to get it cross-checked by a human. We are not comfortable relying solely on the advice of a system. What is the root cause behind such behavior? What is the root cause? So, Pinky ji, oh wow, 2,300 members are watching. Super. मैं कृतज्ञ हूं. I'm really grateful to ICI in general and all my participants in particular for this large numbers of viewership. Thank you so much. So coming back to the topic, why are we hesitant to listen and act only on the advice of a system? Why? All of us belong to a breed of people, a generation of people, rather than a breed, I would say generation of people who are digital immigrants. पिंकी जी, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग फ्रेज है एंड द पार्टिसिपेंट्स में वांट टू नोट डाउन. हम सभी लोग हैं ना डिजिटल इमिग्रेंट्स हैं. डिजिटल इमिग्रेंट्स कौन है? डिजिटल इमिग्रेंट्स वो लोग हैं जिन्होंने जब अपना कार्य शुरू किया कमर्शियल वर्ल्ड में, तब रियल फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में प्रोसेसेस कैरी आउट हुए करते थे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, व्हेन आई ओपन माय फर्स्ट बैंक अकाउंट, आई एक्चुअली वेंट टू अ बैंक ब्रांच. वहां पे पेपर डॉक्यूमेंट्स मैंने प्रोड्यूस किए, मेरा राशन कार्ड और ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस ये मैंने प्रोड्यूस किया, मेरा फोटोग्राफ. और बैंकर ने कहा, निकुंज भाई मेरे सामने आप हस्ताक्षर कीजिए. आई साइंड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द मैनेजर. उन्होंने सिग्नेचर्स वेरीफाई किए और उसके बाद मेरा अकाउंट ओपन किया. अकाउंट ओपन करने के बाद पापा ने चेक, जो मुझे फर्स्ट चेक दिया, वो मैंने पेइंग स्लिप में अटैच करके अंदर डिपॉजिट किया. और उसके बाद वो 2 दिन बाद वो क्रेडिट हुआ मेरे बैंक अकाउंट में. और जब क्रेडिट हुआ उसके बाद मैं चेक्स बना के उसमें से पैसे खर्च करना चालू किया. रियल फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हम सब ने बैंकिंग सीखा हुआ है. उसके कुछ सालों बाद हमें बताया गया कि नाउ बैंकिंग हैज मूव्ड फ्रॉम रियल फिजिकल वर्ल्ड टू इंटरनेट बैंकिंग. और उसके कुछ साल बाद हमें ऐसा बताया गया कि अब इंटरनेट बैंकिंग से हम मोबाइल बैंकिंग पे आ गए. So from real physical world to internet, from internet to mobile, we are digital immigrants. हम लोग ने माइग्रेट किया हुआ है. हम डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में बॉर्न नहीं हुए. और इसलिए this is the root cause why we are still hesitant to rely only on the judgment of a system. However, there is a breed of people, no, not breed, there is a generation of people जो अभी तैयार हो रहा है, जो लोग डिजिटल नेटिव्स है. सर डिजिटल नेटिव्स कौन है? डिजिटल नेटिव्स वो लोग हैं जो लोग जब से बॉर्न हुए तब से डिजिटल वर्ल्ड में ही प्रोसेसेस कर रहे हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, माई 13-year-old सन, जब वो अपना बैंक अकाउंट, फर्स्ट बैंक अकाउंट खुलाएगा ना, तो ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू विजिट एनी बैंक ब्रांच, ही इज गोइंग टू डाउनलोड सम ऐप. वो ऐप पे कुछ बटन्स दबा के वो अपना केवाईसी कंप्लीट कर देगा और उसका अकाउंट खुल जाएगा. उसमें पैसे आ जाएंगे और उसके डिजिटल वॉलेट में वो पैसे आएंगे. डिजिटल वॉलेट, नॉट फिजिकल वॉलेट है. और उसमें से वो यूपीआई या क्यूआर कोड की मदद से स्कैन करना, पे करना चालू कर देगा. उसको पता तक नहीं है कि बैंकिंग पहले रियल फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में हुआ करता था. उसके लिए सिस्टम्स ही बलवान है, सिस्टम्स ही महान है. जो भी आईटी सिस्टम्स कहती है ना वो सही है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, व्हेन वी आर ट्रैवलिंग टुगेदर, ही इज सिटिंग बिसाइड्स मी एंड आई एम ड्राइविंग द कार. In an unknown area, if I'm unable to find a building, I park the car in the side, get out, and पान वाले को मैं पूछता हूं कि भाई ये आशय बिल्डिंग किधर है. He looks at me surprised and tensed and he says, Papa, it's not safe to get out of the car. Now see how digital native's mind is working. He's a digital native, huh? Why? Because he's born into a world where processes are carried out in digital world only. He believes that it is not safe to get out of the car and ask an unknown person for direction. So I tell him, but I am unable to understand this Google. So he says, no, Papa, that is because you don't know how to use Google. See, यहां पे ऐसा जूम करिए, आप एग्जैक्टली इधर है, यहां से लेफ्ट लीजिए, थर्ड बिल्डिंग में ही हमें जाना है. So he can, oh wow, super. There is an entire difference between the way of thinking of a digital immigrant versus digital native. Digital natives, because they are born into a world where processes are being carried out only in digital world, they rely not on systems, only on systems. Wow, they rely only on systems. Sir, आज हम लोग हेजिटेंट हैं, शायद वो दवाई लेने में या वो ड्राफ्ट नोटिसेस का रिस्पॉन्स अपलोड करने में. बट वी डोंट नो कि 5 साल के बाद जो जनरेशन आएगा, वो जनरेशन सिस्टम पे से कितना कंफर्टेबल होगा, उस पे कितना रिलाई करने के लिए तैयार होगा। क्यों? क्योंकि उनके माइंड का मेंटल वायरिंग ही कुछ इस तरह से हुआ है। इनफैक्ट आजकल के बच्चों को तो समझाना पड़ता है कि भाई आप लोग एक्चुअली बॉर्न हुए हो, हमने आपको कहीं से डाउनलोड नहीं किया हुआ है। You are actually born. We did not download you from anywhere. See, these are digital natives. Coming back to our topic, I read somewhere survival of the fittest. Sir, AI के कारण प्रोफेशनल्स लाइक चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स को सर्वाइवल की एंजाइटी है. Whether they will be able to survive or not is the question. Well, आज से 5 साल बाद क्या होगा, ये भविष्यवाणी करना, ये मेरा काम नहीं है. आई एम नॉट गुड एट इट. मुझे इसकी तालीम नहीं दी है. इंस्टीट्यूट हैज नॉट गिवन मी अ स्किल सेट ऑफ मेकिंग प्रेडिक्शंस और टू फोरटेल द फ्यूचर. I am not an astrologer. I'm not an astrologer, and I don't want or I don't expect my professional colleagues to be astrologers. हम सबने पढ़ा है सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट. सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट इज अ मिसनोमर. सर्वाइवल इज नॉट ऑफ द फिटेस्ट. सर्वाइवल इज ओनली ऑफ दोज हु कैन अडॉप्ट. Oh, if we can adapt to the change in environment, then we will be able to survive. Dinosaurs were very fit, very fit. However, they couldn't survive. Why? Because they couldn't adapt to changing weather conditions. Humans could. We were not as fit, but we are able to survive. Why? Because we are able to adapt. 100 बात की एक बात यह है, अगर हम अडेप्ट नहीं किए, if we don't learn to use AI, number one. Number two, we don't learn how AI works and in its output, what could be the gaps, what could be the shortcoming. If we don't learn, if we don't understand this, then it will be very, very difficult for us to survive. In today's session, these things I'm going to share. Number one, how we must, all of us must use AI as an indispensable tool. ये हमारे लिए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स के लिए एक indispensable tool बन जाना चाहिए. Number one. Number two, we must also know how AI processes the prompt that we give to it. What are the strengths of AI and what are the limitations or the gaps of AI? Only if we understand what are the strengths of AI, what are the limitations or the gaps of AI, only then we will be able to review the notices, the response to notices that are prepared by ChatGPT, and we will be able to give value add. For example, I said earlier कि मुनीम जी जो मुझे रिस्पॉन्स देते हैं वो एट स्केल ऑफ 0 to 10 करीब करीब 8 पे होता है. Just think about this, and Pinky ji, you may be happy to share your own experience also. अगर आपके पास ऐसा ड्राफ्ट रिस्पॉन्स आता है और हम उसमें कुछ कॉस्मेटिक चेंजेस करके वो रिस्पॉन्स क्लाइंट को भिजवा देते हैं, जैसे 5th point 1st लिख दिया और 1st point 5th लिख दिया, कुछ लैंग्वेज इधर उधर चेंज कर दी, कुछ ग्रामेटिकली करेक्ट कर दिया, देन ऐसा 1 बार 2 बार 5 बार हो सकता है, लेकिन 8वीं और 10वीं बार क्लाइंट को पता चल जाएगा. आई रेड समवेयर, यू कैन फूल ऑल पीपल समटाइम, यू कैन फूल सम पीपल all the time, but you can't fool all people all the time. See friends, unless we understand कि ये चैट जीपीटी से जनरेट हुआ रिस्पॉन्स में क्या शॉर्टकमिंग्स होंगे, and if we are unable to notice those shortcomings and pluck that hole, वो लूप को अगर हम क्लोज नहीं कर पाते तो प्रॉब्लम है. अगर हम एआई को एक इंडिस्पेंसिबल टूल की तरह यूज नहीं कर पाते तो प्रॉब्लम है, पक्का प्रॉब्लम है. in this session, we are going to see how we can use AI in our professional practice. I'm going to focus on a niche area, and that is also direct tax, or direct tax maybe how we can use AI in litigation work in direct tax. फोकस्ड हम लोग चलेंगे सो दैट बहुत ब्रॉड एरिया कवर न करना पड़े और हम सभी को एक स्पेसिफिक एरिया में एआई कैसे यूज करने का इसकी स्पेसिफिक जानकारी मिल सके. फ्रेंड्स, I will start sharing my screen over here, and this is the presentation for today's case studies. I'm going to use Chat GPT. I'm going to use Chat GPT. Before I start using Chat GPT, Pinky ji, I would like to get some feedback from you whether all of you are able to see my screen where I have opened Chat GPT. Can I have some feedback, Pinky ji, from you?
Yeah, I'm able to see, but I'm waiting for response.
Okay. Are all the participants able to see the screen? I have opened Chat GPT on the screen. I am waiting for your feedback, friends. I'm waiting for your feedback.
A few requests are if we can speak in English, because persons from
No problem.
South
I've
also
understood.
joined. They
My friends,
they are unable to understand Hindi.
no problem. My friends from the southern part of the country, yes, surely. I'll keep this in mind. Thank you for the feedback, Pinky ji. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. Pinky ji, have you got feedback that they're able to see my screen?
No any feedback received.
Okay. Nevertheless, let me proceed. If I get complaints, then I will pause.
Yeah,
I will pause. Okay.
Yes. All are yes.
Super.
They are able to see.
So thank you. Let us look at the first case study of the day. On the screen, we see a notification. Yeah. I'm sure everybody is able to see the screen. I've opened a PDF file. It's a notification, and notification number 5. Notification number of 3rd January 2005. Sorry, not 5. Notification dated 3rd January 2025, which means a reasonably recent notification. And by this notification, Karnataka State Horticulture Development Agencies specific income, which is grants, revenue from horticulture activities, and interest on bank deposits are made exempt from tax. Okay. So this is a small one-page notification by the income tax department. Notification, yes, of course, it is notification number 5 of 25, by which grants, revenue from horticulture activities, and interest on bank deposits earned by Karnataka State Horticulture Development Agency is made exempt from tax. For the time being, assume that this Karnataka State Horticulture Development Agency is your client. सुबह 11 बजे ये नोटिफिकेशन पब्लिश होता है. शाम morning 11 o'clock this notification is published, and evening 4 p.m. you get a call from the CFO of the Karnataka State Horticulture Development Agency, and the CFO Saab asks you This question, please listen to the question very attentively. Nikun sir, I am the CFO at Karnataka State Horticulture Development Agency, and I have a question for you. Several of the members of the society are engaged in the work of producing and selling honey. Producing and selling honey. My question to you is, will the income derived by this activity, from this activity, by the society? So society now derives income from the activity of producing and selling honey. Will the income derived from this activity by the society be exempt from tax? Will it be exempt from tax? Friends, most of us who are small and medium sized practitioners have a culture to give instant answer to clients on the phone. Instant answers, huh? And that also in yes or no. Now, see, friends, instantly answering the question and that also in yes or no may not always be good to a professional practice. What really you are required to do when you are asked such questions is first to assimilate facts of the case. Once you clearly assimilate facts of the case, then you apply the law to the facts, and then you form a view which is also conditional or subject to the facts that you have understood. So this is the process that we as professionals must go through. However, most of us are in a haste. Not only are in a haste, we also have some thought process that we will be rated or we will be judged upon our ability to provide instant answers, which mostly is never the fact. In fact, we are judged on our capability not to give instant answers, but to give appropriate or correct answers. Having said this, let us now use an AI, and today I'm going to use Chat GPT as a tool to answer this question posed by the CFO. How do we do this? Please allow me to do this practically on the screen before you. Okay, so I'm in Chat GPT. The first thing that you notice is on the right corner where my cursor right now is, it says plus in very small font, plus, plus. If you are using Chat GPT and you are using the free version, then you would not get this plus sign over there. Okay, so I am using a subscribed version, and that is why I get plus. My first request to all my fellow brothers and sisters is, please buy a subscribed version of an AI tool. A subscribed version has many more features which a free version does not. You are using a tool for professional practice. Please don't take chances. At length, I would discuss what are the merits or the demerits of using a subscribe tool, how to use it, so on and so forth. But right now, this is not the subject. I would only make a passing remark, a strong appeal to all my fellow brothers and sisters. Always use a subscribe tool for professional practice. Let me come back to the case study. How will I be using this tool? I press the plus button and it says add files or photos. I navigate to the folder where this notification is stored. Notification number 5 of 25. It's being uploaded on ChatGPT, and finally, I would have to write a prompt. To save time, I have a file over here where prompts are pre-written, and I use that file, I use that prompt to get a response from ChatGPT. Okay, so this is the prompt, and I would like to read the prompt for the benefit of all the participants over here. Hi, will the income derived from the activity of producing and selling honey by the society qualify for tax exemption considering this notification? I believe I'm ready to shoot. I'm ready to shoot. My objective is to get a well articulated answer from ChatGPT, not just yes or no. My focus is on articulation, a professional level, a professional grade articulation. So I say shoot, and wow, ChatGPT starts its response. What really amazes me is its articulation. This is where I want to evaluate whether ChatGPT is giving me professional level articulated responses. Professional level. Let us go through the response together. Let us go through the response together. Karnataka State Horticulture Development Agency, nature of income, grants, eligibility received for official functions, revenue from horticulture activities, eligibility condition. See how it breaks down into a tabular format. Look at the articulation. It must align with stated objectives of the agency. Interest earned on bank deposits, which is a passive income. Exemption condition. The entity must not engage in commercial activity. Nature of income and activities shall remain unchanged during applicable years. During applicable years, the entity shall file its return. Karnataka State Cooperatives producing and selling honey only if it is carried out strictly in line with agency's memorandum of association. Friends, I want you to specifically notice this line in the response of ChatGPT. Look at the articulation. It is not giving me answers in yes or no. First, it is collating the facts. What I should rather do is, when the CFO calls me up, I should ask him, sir, please share your articles and memorandum of association. We want to review it to ensure that this activity is covered, stated in your articles and memorandum. Friends, the point I want to drive home is this, that chat GPT has been trained in responding to professional level work. A notification, how it should be interpreted and how a response should be given, chat GPT knows this very, very well. It understands that it cannot take things lightly. It cannot answer plainly in a vanilla yes or no. It has to first evaluate facts. I've still highlighted that condition which ChatGPT very interestingly picked up. Then the second is it should be considered as a horticulture activity by government order so much. It should be non-commercial in nature. The revenue is accounted as a part of agency's official horticulture activities. If honey production and sale is done with commercial or outside the defined scope of the agency, then income may not qualify for exemption. Super. Friends, I would like to take a pause over here. I'm sure the point that I'm driving home is clear to all my fellow brothers and sisters. Point number one, Chat GPT is trained to respond to tax related notifications, orders in a professional manner. What do I mean in a professional manner? The articulation, number one, the consideration of the fact, and the judgment that it gives is all super class, A class, A class. This is just the first example for the day where we have seen recommendation. It also gives recommendation. If your society is not notified entity, you should not rely. If you believe your activity is similar nature, apply to CBDT notification, seek exemption for a conclusive opinion. A review of your society's memorandum, bylaws, and nature of honey production, scale, pricing, market linkage is necessary. So this is the final recommendation of ChatGPT. I don't want to reiterate all those strengths that ChatGPT has demonstrated in giving its reply. I would like to pause for half a minute at least. If participants have any views, any questions on this first case study, please feel free to write. I have at least 5 case studies, and I would want to very quickly, the case studies cover right from drafting appeal, grounds of appeal, statements of facts. ये सारे case studies मैं cover करने I'm going to cover today. So 2 things I would want to get response, Pinky ji. Can I request you to come? Yes, to come online.
Yes.
Number one,
Yes.
Participants have any questions on this case study, number one. And number two, Pinky ji, to all my fellow brothers and sisters, especially from the southern side of the Vindhyas, is my English comprehensible? Are they able to understand my accent? I believe I have stopped using Hindi for the benefit of one and all. So I would love to get a response on both these questions.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for
not exactly for this case law, but the question was, when will be tax department start using AI?
When will tax department be start using AI? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to park this question and I'm going to address it also. Any other?
Second is, will it be beneficial to SEC or pros a threat of harassment?
Okay. So hold on. Pinky ji, when will tax department be start using AI? I don't have an instant answer, but I have an instant answer to a related question. And the related question is, when will CAG be start using AI? When will CAG start using AI? You know what? CAG shall start using AI immediately after this session. Immediately after this session, I can say this with 100% confidence, not 99.9, 100% confidence, as I take a case study specifically that I've prepared by receiving inputs from the direct tax committee, that there are so many participants from CAG who are specifically looking into auditing the income tax department. Okay, so I have case studies and they can immediately start using AI, where to use, how to use. I have case studies for them. Pinky ji, any other feedback that you have got from participants?
Yes. They are saying, what are the negatives of using ChatGPT in legal cases or litigation, and how to avoid it?
100%. This is a very valid question. I'm going to park it. So please remind me of all these questions that I'm parking it right now. I will, in all fairness and sincerity, respond to these questions to the best of my abilities.
One more is, what about DeepSeek, which gives all features for free?
Yeah, DeepSeek, which gives all features for free. So actually, Pinky ji, the question of the participant is, which is one of the best AI application to use? Okay, should we be using ChatGPT? Should we be using DeepSeek, Copilot? हम क्या use करें? Perplexity, what should we use? So I believe that is the broader question. I'm going to address this also. I'm going to address. Any other question? What I'm looking for is specific to this case study, or else I'll move ahead.
The entity got wrong PAN as local authority instead of a society. ChatGPT did not consider it.
Sorry, once again.
The entity got wrong PAN as local authority instead of a society. ChatGPT did not consider it.
Interesting.
And it is saying such governmental order would not be fined by ChatGPT. Then yes, you.
Okay. Any inputs about my language accent? Am I?
Yeah, they are saying your accent is very good. Your English speaking is okay and good.
Thank you for the feedback. It means a lot. Let us go to the next case study, Pinky ji. Can you permit me to go to the next case study, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Pinky ji. Yeah, thank you. So let us come to the next case study. And for the next case study, here I am. Yeah. So I have an order under section 143.1 on the screen. This order is under section 143.1. Okay. And this order pertains to, look at the status over here, AOPBOI. Okay. It's a private discretionary trust, what is called as PDT, private discretionary trust. Now, this family trust had its sole source of income as dividend from investments. I would request undivided attention of the participants. A very, very interesting case study I'm stepping on, and I'm sure they would love it. They would love it. Okay. So once again, the case study. Here is the order. The assessee is a private discretionary trust, and the only source of income of that private discretionary trust is dividends from investments. The assessee filed its return of income for the financial year, for the previous year 21-22. If you look at the law as it was on 21-22, dividend was taxed at the slab rate. However, so far, for PDT, for private discretionary trust, it is not slab rate. It is MMR, maximum marginal rate. Because the assessee is a trust, AOPBOI. So the income is taxed at maximum marginal rate, dividend income. That is point number one. But point number two, there is a cap on surcharge, 15%, 1-5. The surcharge is not the highest surcharge, 42% nahi hai. Okay. However, when this assessment order came, the client was quite perplexed. Why? Because it came with a demand of 9,42,000 on account of there is no change in total income. Why? Because that computation is very, very simple. Only one income, dividend income. The tax liability as against 35 lakhs computed by the assessee, the income tax department calculated 42 lakhs. So this was the check. Now, we were quite surprised that why should the assessee be paying surcharge at MMR, that is at 42%? Why? Because surcharge on dividend income is capped at 15%. So what did we do? We filed a rectification against this order, and we uploaded the new ITR in rectification, calculation, this, that, and we said that what is the problem in that box. We followed the process which is laid down on the portal. In about 15 days, rectification order came, which also computed tax with the highest surcharge. That is 42%, not 15%. It did not cap it. Now the only option left for the assessee was to file an appeal. So we wanted to file an appeal. We wanted to do the grounds of appeal and the statement of fact before CIT appeal. This is where the assessee came to us that, Nikun sir, can you help us draft an appeal? And I decided to take help of Chat GPT for this work. This is professional work, drafting of appeal. Okay, professional work. And let us see whether Chat GPT is able to draft grounds of appeal and statement of fact perfectly for us. Okay, so here we are. I need to give a prompt to Chat GPT after uploading the order. Sir, what is the prompt that you are going to give to Chat GPT? Friends, in giving prompts, I would like all my participants to note down two golden rules. Number one, be generous in giving the context and the background of the matter. Do not assume or presume that Chat GPT already knows this. Jitna the more detailed background that you give to Chat GPT, the more appropriate, pertinent, effective response you will be able to get from Chat GPT. Second rule is specific is terrific. Don't ask general questions to Chat GPT. Ask specific question, very, very specific question. Sir, can you give an example of applying both these rules? Number one, that be generous in giving background information, and number two, specific is terrific. The example is over here. Look at the prompt that I've designed. Let us read the prompt together. The assessee PDT file its tax return for relevant assessment year, declaring income comprising from dividends and capital gains, and duly discharge the corresponding tax liability, including applicable surcharge and tax. Upon processing, the assessee received intimation under 143 wherein demand was raised. On detailed examination, it was observed discrepancy arose due to an incorrect computation of surcharge. I am telling this, I'm giving this background to ChatGPT. While the assessee had correctly applied the cap surcharge at 15%, the CPC erroneously levied higher surcharge at 37% applicable to other income categories. Recognize the apparent computational error, assessee promptly filed a rectification. However, the rectification was processed without any modification and excessive surcharge demand remained unaltered. Considering the facts and the intimation and rectification order, now I'm giving a direction to the Chat GPT. Draft an appeal before the CIT that challenges the surcharge at 37%, summarizes the statement of facts and legal arguments, requests that surcharge on dividend income be capped at 15%, includes relevant laws, procedural violations, and case laws, ensure that appeal is persuasive and formatted per legal submission guidelines. Super. Friends, this is a perfect example where I'm using ChatGPT to prepare submissions before the CIT appeals. I expect that after giving this prompt, it prepares detailed submissions in a professional manner before the CIT. To save the time, what I've done is I have already run this on ChatGPT, and I'm happy to share the response that I've received from ChatGPT over here. Over here. Okay. So This is the prompt. I uploaded the file. Okay, this is the prompt. The assessee, a PDT, blah, 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 blah. This is the prompt that I wrote. Okay. And I said, ensure that the appeal is persuasive and formatted as per legal submission guidelines. And I said, shoot. To which the chat GPT responded, here's the draft of appeal before CIT challenging the levy of surcharge at 37%. At 37%. Before the Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals in the matter of appeal under section 246A, appellant, PAN, assessment year, jurisdictional AO is the CPC Bangalore Memorandum of Appeal, Statement of Facts. Appellant filed its return of income for AY declaring total income and corresponding tax liability, including a surcharge at 15% and health and education cess as per prevailing provision. The return was processed due to application of surcharge at 37% on dividend. The appellant submitted the rectification highlighting the erroneous surcharge, but the CPC did not rectify the error. Grounds of appeal, para number 2. So there's statement of facts followed by grounds of appeal. On facts of the case, CPC erred in levying a surcharge at 37%, where the cap was at 15%. The appellant had correctly computed the surcharge on dividend at 15%. Failure of CPC to rectify this computation is arbitrary, unjust, and against the principles of natural justice. That CPC action tantamounts to ignoring binding provisions of Finance Act. Legal submissions. Section 29 of the Finance Act. It has referred sections 111A, 112A and dividend income at 15%. CBDT circular and FAQs have been referred. Judicial precedents and procedural lapse. Relief sought, so on and so forth. Wow, super. Friends, the point I want to drive home is this. Next time your client has an unfavorable order and you want to draft an appeal or make submissions, turn on to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, when you give the prompt, be very careful, follow 2 golden rules. And I'm sure most of the participants have made a note of these golden rules. Number 1, give detailed background of the matter. Don't assume that ChatGPT knows this. It will not know the detailed background of your specific case. So I fed the entire background. I said all about filing the return on time, referring this, still getting an unfavorable order, referring it under section 154 for rectification, still not rectified, and now going to appeal. Beautiful draft. Okay, which is also a professional level work. As I said, the ChatGPT has highest capabilities to learn things by itself, and it is actually giving you an output which you can expect from a professional. So friends, I would like to take a pause over here. Pinky ji, can I request you to come on the screen? And my question to this August gathering in the month of July, that's right, is whether they have any specific questions related to this case study, their thoughts related to this case study, their views related to this case study. I will be happy to learn of them and to answer any questions that they may have. Pinky ji, are we having any feedback from the
private beneficiary trust with a certain share of beneficiary is to be taxed as individual or as AOP. Each tax at MMR level.
So Pinky ji, एक minute. Hold on. So I forgot to give a detail that this is a discretionary trust, private discretionary trust, which means the share of the beneficiary is not determined, and hence the income is taxed at the trust level, AOP level. When it is distributed to the beneficiary, it will be tax paid money in the hands of beneficiary and hence exempt from tax. The distribution will be exempt from tax. Discretionary,
Each, ta-
TDT.
is
Yes.
tax at MMR level in all cases, or only business income is earned by such private beneficiary trust?
Super, super, super. So now we will have to refer at least some of these questions to Piyush Bhai. Okay, okay. So no, I'm saying things lightly, but I'm not saying light things. I'm not saying light things. Friends, what I'm trying to say is let us at least today focus on the capabilities of AI rather than delving into technical aspects of tax. Let us dwell into capabilities and shortcomings of AI. मैं उस पे भी आने वाला हूँ. So Pinky ji, till what time we can go on in this webinar?
It's till 4 p.m. only.
Till 4 p.m. only. Yes, yes. So I have 20
most
more
of
minutes.
the most of the questions are whether we can rely upon the case laws and details given by the chat GPT.
Super, super. So let me answer this question. It is asked for the second time. Let me answer this. See, friends, one of the okay. Let me put it this way. I have a chartered accountant friend, and that CA friend is also a poet. He also writes poems. Okay, so every year on his wife's birthday, he writes a poem for her and gives it to her. The wife is okay with it. She reads the poem, okay, and she's okay. She's okay. Uh, However, this time, when my friend presented the poem to his wife on her birthday, wife read the poem and started appreciating it. Wow, what a poem! What super poem this is. This time it was different. This time it was different. Why? Because now it is clear to us that this time the poem was written by, that's right, by Chat GPT and not by husband. Chat GPT is too good at generating text. अगर आपको if you know the full form of GPT, it's a generative pre-trained transformer. Generative means it generates text, and because it is pre-trained with huge volume of literature, of all kind of literature, of English literature, of literature pertaining to tax, accounting, physics, biomedical sciences, everything. Roman civilization or the Sanatan Dharma. Okay, it is completely pre-trained on all this. The output that it generates is I would say top class. The message is clear that in writing poems, we know to please your wife better than you. Okay. So ये काम आप हम पे छोड़ दीजिए is what ChatGPT is saying. Okay. Of course, on the lighter note. But the other day, I had an appeal before the Honorable Bhopal Tribunal. Now, the only issue involved in the matter was that depreciation, even if not claimed by the assessee, is deemed to be claimed and allowed. Now, this was in favor of the assessee. I was unable to recollect a judgment of the Honorable Madhya Pradesh High Court, because it's a jurisdictional High Court for the Bhopal Tribunal, that what of that judgment by the Honorable Madhya Pradesh High Court. So I went to ChatGPT and I asked it that, sir, there is a decision by the Madhya Pradesh High Court, Honorable Madhya Pradesh High Court, and I'm unable to find the citation. that depreciation, even if not claimed by the assessee, is deemed to be claimed and allowed. The chat GPT gave me the citation. So say, for example, it gave 223 ITR 446. So I quoted this in the paper book and 3 copies, and I reached the tribunal to argue the matter. The honorable member in the tribunal saw that and said, Nikunj bhai, you have not attached copy of the judgment. I said, sir, it is ITR citation, so you can get it anytime. No, not anytime. I want it right away. I want it right away. So he said, okay, send the peon. The peon went, and even after 20 minutes, when he did not return, all of us in the courtroom realized that at that citation, there was no such judgment. There was no such judgment. Chat GPT made up the entire case and its citation. It made up. People say that one of the limitations of chat GPT or generative AI is that it hallucinates. It hallucinates. What do you mean by hallucinates? It makes up things, or it portrays as facts things that are not factually correct. It portrays them, it represents them as facts. Hallucination, this is called. Hallucination is a shortcoming of every single generative AI. Every single is what people say. However, I differ. I believe, friends, that hallucination is not a limitation, it is an attribute, it's an quality. See, friends, if we know the full form of the first letter of GPT, that it is generative, we understand that it generates text. It will not tell you that no such judgment exists. Chat GPT is not doing a Google search. Let me tell you this. I will take, Pinky ji, I will be happy to take an entire session on how Chat GPT works, so that we don't use Chat GPT or any other AI as a black box. How it works, it is very, very important for professionals to know and understand this. Okay? But let me tell you, it is not doing a Google search. Googles of the world have been invented 20 years prior to today. 20 years back, 20 years ago. Today, when we are talking about AI, we are not talking about Google searches. It is generating text, and if it does not really get hold of the citation which was given to it during its training, then it will generate the citation. This is called as hallucination. The first point that all my dear brothers and sisters, professional brothers and sisters, must note is that do not blindly rely on citations specifically that are given by ChatGPT. Why? Because these citations may be a product of hallucination. There are some chartered accountants who feel that, sir, what if we give in the prompt that do not hallucinate? See, friends, we laugh because we understand that do not hallucinate. Nothing like that can ever exist. What best you can do, what is your tool against hallucination, is you can ask ChatGPT to give links of the sources it has used for citations. It is quite likely that it will hallucinate and make up those sources also. But at least when you click on those sources, those URLs, it will not take you to any page. You will realize that this is a product of hallucination. It is not actual citation. Okay. So this is the first important point, a very major limitation of AI. I say this is not limitation. Actually, this is a quality. Why this is a quality and not a limitation? Friends, when it wrote poem about your wife, at that time, you did not say that this is hallucinating. Yes or no? So that time we said it is generating. And this time we are saying it is hallucinating. Not fair, yeah. This is not fair. Well, at both the times, I would say it is generating. It is generating text, and it is very good at generating text. It may hallucinate while generating. Please be careful about it. Please be careful about it. I know am constantly looking Pinky ji at the time for my friends, for the honorable officers from the CAG, as I have promised that I have a case study. I have a case study. Friends, I'll give you the background, and uh, Pinky ji, you may try to extend this by a few minutes if that is possible at your end.
Yes, yes, it is extended by 15 minutes more.
Superb, superb. So I will be easily be able to complete this case study. This all my friends and officers, honorable officers of the CAG, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The other day, my one of our assessees received a CIT appellate order. Let me tell you what was the issue involved. My clients are a pathological laboratory, and during COVID times, it conducted tests of patients and deposited large amounts in the bank, cash amounts in the bank. Okay, so this was flagged. It went through assessment, and the assessing officer was of the view that this is what is it called? Unexplained cash credit. This is unexplained cash credit according to the income tax officer. My assessee gave supportings. He said, number one, I have an audited P&L and balance sheet, audited financial statements. Number two, I have the register of patients. The patients are paying in cash. Now, this is not my problem. No, the assessing officer said, why there is a spike? So there has to be a spike because during the time of demonetization, sorry, this was not the time of COVID. It was, if I said COVID, this was the time of demonetization. During the time of demonetization, people were trying to get rid of those notes, specified notes. So naturally, the cash is high, but this did not go down the throat of the assessing officer. We tried to explain him. This is not unexplained cash credit. This is explained. I have the patient register also. No, but this cash is too much. So it is unexplained. Okay, the order came against the assessee. He went into appeal. In the appeal also, he made a representation. He gave all the supporting documents. The audited P&L balance sheet, that is the audited financial statements, the tax audit report, the patient register, a comparative of the cash that he generally collects from patients and deposits into the bank account, so on and so forth. But the CIT appeal once again was of the view that this is unexplained cash credit. Unexplained cash credit. And he sought to tax it in the same way as that of the assessing officer. And he said, I will not like to interfere with the order of the assessing officer. I want to take a pause on this. Such orders by the income tax department, CIT appeal is an authority within the income tax department only, may have to be reviewed by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. And this is where the officers from Comptroller and Auditor General of India can make use of ChatGPT. Whether the order passed by the assessing officer or that the CIT appeals is reasonable, fair, considers all the facts, considers the legal position, and what if the assessee appeals against this order at the second appellate authority? What are the chances that the assessee will succeed, that the appellant will succeed? Okay, so this is what my friends of CAG may want to know. Wow. Sir, can we use chat GPT for this? Of course we can use chat GPT for this. Sir, what can be the prompt? This is where I will be happy to share with you all the details about using chat GPT for such work also. A moment please, a moment please. Okay, so this is the prompt that I gave, and Pinky ji, feedback from you. Am I is my screen visible? Pinky ji,
Chat GPT screen is there, no?
chat GPT screen is there. Perfect, perfect.
Yeah, it's a visible.
Yeah. So Pinky ji, I'm discussing actual real life case study. Huh? I've just not mentioned the name of clients to protect their identities and privacies, but this is actual real life. This has happened. Okay. So now look at the prompt. Huh? The prompt is very, very, very assuming. Please assume the role of Comptroller and Auditor General, CAG of India, with the responsibility of auditing the effectiveness, completeness, and fairness of orders passed by assessing officer and the CIT appeals. I have attached the appellate order passed by CIT appeal. Kindly examine the order in detail and provide expert opinion on the following. Number one, whether CIT appeal has overlooked or failed to consider vital facts and documentary evidence, whether the CIT appeal has failed to consider legal provisions. So first on the facts, I want the order to be evaluated. Then I want the order to be evaluated on law, on legal provisions. Then I'll say instances where CIT appeal has erred in law or fact leading to decision against assessee, whether the order appears to be unjust, arbitrary, or mechanically passed without proper application of mind. Wow. Super. And based on your analysis, what are the chances of the appellant succeeding if they filed a second appeal before the Honorable Income Tax Appellate Tribunal or the ITAT? Please provide your observations with reference to legal provisions, judicial precedents, and principles of natural justice wherever relevant. I look forward to your detailed and objective audit review of the CIT appeals order. So, Pinky ji, this, as I said, is a case study that we have specifically developed for CAG, where they want a detailed and objective audit review of the orders passed by the income tax authority. I gave this prompt, I gave the order, and I said, shoot, now this is what AI has to say. This is what Chat GPT has to say. Vital facts overlooked. CAG audit review of CIT appeals order. See, look at the title of the response. Huh? CAG audit review. Why? Because it is acting like a CAG. It is acting like CAG. Yes, vital facts are overlooked. Despite the auditing furnishing the tax audit report, patient-wise sales register, cash book, comparative cash deposits, the CIT appeal failed to appreciate key reconciliations that were vital to establish cash deposit. Failure to consider legal provisions. Now, this is even more interesting. Huh? Appellant cited binding precedents, including these decisions, which laid down that Section 68 cannot apply to recorded and taxed sales. Yet CIT appeal curiously dismissed the relevance without distinguishing the facts or applying the ratio descendi. Wow. Why has CIT appeal overlooked this? Is a question. There are binding precedents. If you have offered some revenue as sales, you have offered a tax audit report, the financial statements are duly audited, and you are taxing the sales, then the same amount, how can you tax as unexplained cash credits? Man, now look at how intelligent this application is. It is reviewing, it is doing the CAG's work of reviewing a CIT appeals order and identifying all the gaps, both in facts and in law, with binding judicial precedents that have been curiously overlooked. CIT appeal ने ऐसा क्यों किया? Why did it do this? Why did it do this? Errors in law and fact, multiple errors. Section 68 requires unexplained cash credits, not deposits backed by regular audited books of accounts as sales. Mechanical or unjust. CIT appeal order repeats AO's language and fails to analyze the sales register, blah, blah, blah. Human ignores the audited nature of books and plausible business behavior of people during SBN, specified bank notes. Chance of succession at ITAT. Wow, high. The chance of success at ITAT, high, based on proper audit under section this thing, draws against this. There is a strong likelihood of relied by ITAT provided a robust representation is made. This is just the summary, then it goes into details, conclusion, recommendation. The assessee should pursue second appeal before ITAT, supported with case laws, accounting records, cash flow reconciliation. This case has strong merits for full deletion of edition under 68. Please let me know if you'd like me to draft appeal memo, grounds of appeal before the ITAT. Wow. Excellent, excellent. Hats off. Hats off to the output, to the response of ChatGPT, considering the fact that a very intelligent and detailed prompt was given to ChatGPT. As I look at the watch, फिलहाल समय का चक्र मुझे इशारे कर रहा है पिंकी जी to wind up this talk over here. I would have loved to go into all other aspects, but this is the end of this talk, not the end of relationship. I am available. And if the participants have any questions on Chat GPT, using it for audit, so on and so forth, I am reachable. The best way to reach out to me is by email ID shahanikunjca@gmail.com. shahanikunjca@gmail.com, or my phone number 9323 801 801. 9323 801 801. Pinky ji, I believe that we are all at such levels. All my 2,300 participants over here, wonderful, and it would be lovely to connect with you. We are all at such levels where there can neither be teacher nor be taught. We can only endeavor to share our experiences. And if Pinky ji, if today by sharing my experience, and I would like to ask this to participants also, if by sharing my experience with ChatGPT on using AI for direct taxes and that also for litigation has benefited, then even to the extent of 20% of what they already know, I will consider all my efforts a grand success. I do look forward to connecting with all you lovely people sometime next, but sometime soon. Until then, खुश रहे, अपना ख्याल रखें. Do have a pleasant evening ahead. Thank you and Jai Hind. Thank you, Pinky ji, and thank you to all lovely participants. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, Nikunji. Questions are that whether this
Yeah,
we
please
can
feel free
believe
to
on
answer
chat.
questions. We have five,
Yes.
10 minutes. So that's why I wound up a little early so that we can have that, 10 minutes. You said 15 minutes is extended. So feel
Uh,
free to shoot ahead.
can we use it to prepare internal audit report?
Yes. And my strongest appeal, मेरा आग्रह है ये, okay, सारे participants से, to join the 3-day certificate course on AI given by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. One of the exemplary course, Piyush Bhai, who is the chairman of the Direct Tax Committee, said that he's in Pune along with all council members. Pinky ji, he mentioned it. Maybe people did not get it. Entire council is taking this course at Pune right now. 3 days course on certificate course on AI. So my strongest appeal to all of them is where they will share with you how to use AI for drafting internal audit reports also. Not only drafting internal audit reports, doing internal audit also. Okay, so you can give data and you can get the queries from AI. That is also possible. But as I said, detailed discussion for some other day. Next question, Pinky.
Yeah. Uh, can a CA rely on AI as audit tool? What are the precautions?
Okay, so whether you rely on any tool, why just audit tool or AI tool? Whether you rely on any tool, remember that at the end of the day, you are signing the report. The liability is on you. Take professional care, exercise professional diligence before signing any report that you give out. This includes whether or not you get responses or outputs from AI. Chat GPT is not signing anything. Okay, you are signing it. The liability is going to be on you, that this is what your report says. So please exercise all due professional care. This is the short answer. There is a long answer also for some other day. For some other day.
Few participants are asking how it helps in ITR or how any ITR is powered by AI.
Yes. So in ITR also, it can help in several ways. Say, for example, you want to prepare a statement of total income based on accounting data. You can give prompts which can help you in this. However, to be very honest, I have used Chat GPT mostly in language related output work, that is drafting related work, and less so in calculating related work. Why? Because calculation related work is best done by applications like the ITR utility or other commercial applications that are available in the market. So you have something which already does the job well. Okay. However, you don't really have a tool which drafts appeal for you, which drafts representations for you, which drafts opinion for you. Where is that tool? And you need a grip on language to be able to produce that output. I believe this is where AI finds its best place. So rather than using AI for computing total income, my recommendation would be to use it for generative work, language related work, drafting work, litigations, making representations, drafting opinions. These are the places where you will actually be able to harness the attributes of an artificial intelligence. Next question.
Will AI or tools be 100% reliable? What will be consequences for error committed and is continued with? And second is what is the optimal
I've already
suited
answered
AI for
this question,
CS?
PKG. Already answered
What
this
is the what is the optimally suited AI for CA? What is the AI subscription model that is more suited for CA?
So that is right. So that is the final question I would like to answer. What is the best tool suited for CI, AI for chartered accountants? See, friends, as chartered accountants, most of the times we are analyzing data. We are analyzing data either structured or unstructured. Unstructured data is text. Okay. So, say for example, notifications you want to interpret, FEMA's notification, GST notification, income tax notification you want to interpret. So that is analyzing unstructured data. Analyzing structured data is, say, for example, cash book, bank book, sales, purchase register you want to interpret. Okay. My experience and a whole lot of time that I've spent on different AIs tells me, and this is my personal experience, I'm not saying this on behalf of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in any case, or on behalf of my firm in any case. My personal experience is, if you want to do work which is like unstructured data analysis, that is drafting and language related work, Chat GPT is a very good tool, very good tool. But if you want to do structured data analysis, that is analyze purchase register, sales register, cash book, bank book, that is figures work analysis आपको करना है, then Perplexity scores better than ChatGPT. This I'm saying from my personal experience. I've used several tools and I've come to this judgment. If you are confused between Perplexity and ChatGPT, you know what? My advice is, close your eyes and subscribe to ChatGPT. You will not go wrong. You will not go wrong. It is one of the good all-around tools. All-around tools. Okay. Again, this is not a marketing pitch, and Institute also has its own ChatGPT. In fact, several for direct tax, for indirect tax, and we can take a special session on how best to harness the capabilities of ICI's ChatGPT. Okay, that can be a separate session in itself, and we can take direct tax GPT, which our institute, with inputs from the direct tax committee, has made for some other day. I hope I'm answering the questions.
Yeah, so my question is Copilot or ChatGPT or Grok, which one is better?
So all tools are good, but if you are confused, close your eyes, subscribe to ChatGPT, you will not go wrong. You will not go wrong.
Yes. So I think we had answered most of the questions relevant to this session. And how to use ChatGPT to get the major points of High Court, Supreme Court judgment? Yeah, many participants are asking how to make the prompt for getting excellent response from AI.
Right.
They want to share you the prompt.
Super. So see, Pinky ji, what is happening is, prompt engineering is the single most valuable skill that will help all of us survive and thrive in the next decade. Prompt engineering. मेरा अनुरोध है direct tax committee से. My strongest appeal to the direct tax committee and all other committees of our institute is to have focused lectures, workshops, and training sessions only on prompt engineering. And that also focused means prompt engineering for direct tax, prompt engineering for indirect tax, prompt engineering for stat audit, prompt engineering for internal audit. This is a skill that has to be cultivated, has to be learned, and has to be perfected. It may not happen overnight, but the short answer to this question is acquire the skill set of prompt engineering. If institute determines this, that yes, we want to share this prompt engineering skills with our fellow members, the faculty will not be a wanting. We are always available. There is a whole bunch of people who are happy to share whatever little they know, they have learned with all our fellow brothers and sisters.
So I think we had answered most of the questions, and now 2 questions as a regional council member I want to answer.
Please go ahead, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Actually, many of the participants are asking whether we can rely on the answer of the chat GPT or whether we can rely on the case laws and orders given by the chat GPT. So my answer is if the chat GPT can give full proof answer without any error, without any fake, so then there is what the use of professionals. Anybody, any your client can go to chat GPT and they can get the details and they can make the order, reply, all those things. So you have to be careful when you are using any AI. You should cross-check that facts and that case law with any source, whatever you are using right now, because ChatGPT is not your boss. He's your ChatGPT or AI is your assistant. Keep it as your assistant only. They can't control you. They can't control your mental power. So take your mental power, you use your whatever, say your expertise, your experience, and take the decision whether you should go and blindly faith on the chat GPT answer of the chat GPT. In my case, I'm using chat GPT as my assistant, that chat GPT is giving me the prompts, giving me the clues on which I will cross check with my sources and then I will make the reply. So if you want the profession should be there, ChatGPT is working fine. Then our profession is there. Otherwise, all the client will depend on ChatGPT. They will not come to you. They will make all the order and all the reply with themselves with the help of AI. And second, so this was the answer of both the question whether ChatGPT is harmful for professional. No, it is not harmful for professional because it is not giving foolproof case laws. Whatever what I got from the questions by the participant. Okay. Second question.
Right, right. Yeah, Pinky, I'm getting so many kind words on WhatsApp by participants, and I'm sincerely grateful. Huh? I would want to say this at the cost of your time, my time, and everybody's time. I'm sincerely grateful for this affection, for kind words, and for appreciating the talk that I delivered today. So grateful to ICI for giving me this opportunity. It means so much. It means so much. Yes,
And
yes. Please go.
and second question, people are asking whether it will be breaking of code of ethics and whether it is allowed to upload the order or share the order with ChatGPT or AI. For that, my answer is that if we are CA, we have to work within our code of ethics prescribed by ICI. So yes, if you are uploading any order to any third party product, it is breach of code of ethics. But you can do one thing. You can uh, you can erase the PAN number. You can erase the details of your client, or you can ask the Chat GPT. You can upload that order, but without disclosing the name, PAN number, and many things which you should not disclose with the third party. One option is
So,
that.
Pinky, just to summarize what you have said, is please take all the care not to disclose any private, confidential, or sensitive information over ChatGPT. Please take all the care. There are so many ways to ensure that you are not disclosing such information on ChatGPT, like number one, randomizing sensitive data. So, names and personally identifiable information must be randomized, only then uploaded to ChatGPT. This is very, very important in spite of whatever they say, whatever assurances they give. I must I must be bound by what my regulator expects me to do. So that is what is binding to me. My regulator, my institute, my alma mater requires me to follow protocol, and I will not deviate from it.
Yes, and we all professionals should a consent letter. We should have a consent letter with your client that we will use their data for any this product or for any AI tool or for any software. So
Mm.
there should be a legal frame for that consent letter. And because in Data Protection Act also, it is now very much clear that you should not in our many clients now they are again they are redrafting the agreements and they are adding the lines for data securities just for
Oh,
data, just for adding that paragraph for data security. They are revising the agreements.
oh,
Yeah,
interesting. Hmm.
so be secure, be careful. सावधानी हटे दुर्घटना घटी.
True, true, true,
So
true.
in English we can say precaution is better than cure.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
take proper precaution. And what would ask yourself, would I be comfortable explaining the disclosure to ICI in a peer review or in court? If not, then don't upload.
Right, right. Perfect.
So be careful. And because now the NAFRA disciplinary committee, all these are working very highly on these things that data protection should be there. You should not disclose your data with the public or with the any third party if your client consent is not there. So be careful. And safety of our alma mater, our profession is more than anything else, I can
Yes.
say. So these two answer I want to give as a regional council member.
Perfect. Thank
So
you. Thank you so much, Pinky ji. Thank you for sharing. Yes.
so I think all got their answer of their all the questions. We tried to cover within a time frame, but my apology, we had extended for half an hour. But I want to thank CA Nikunj Shah to cooperate with us and to do this seminar or webinar in a very interactive manner. And the questions and answer what we are getting is humorous. Matlab, I can say that I can't read out all the answers what I got. So I had explained the summary form of answers to Nikunj only, because there are hundreds of answer I am getting for all one questions. So to save some time, I am giving you summary only, Nikun. So thank you for your all the sessions, and I know you are in my building. So,
Yes, yes.
but we are interacting on Zoom, and thank you, and again we will call you again in our one of the our
Pinky ji, there are
future
several
webinar.
husbands and wives who live in the same home but interact only over WhatsApp.
AI.
Okay,
So
okay.
so we are also getting the comments in question and answer session also, that your speak and your webinar was very much interesting and interactive, and they enjoyed the session. So thank you Nikunj bhai, thank you to tax committee to host to organize this webinar for the benefit of the tax professionals. And thank you for all the participants who joined and they have
Madam, it
interacted.
will always be a pleasure. Huh? Sorry to interrupt, Madam. It will always be a pleasure for our institute to join hands with other regulators and fellow brothers, cousins in the profession like CAG or any other regulatory agencies or authorities. The knowledge sharing must go on, and I'm very happy for this initiative of ICI to invite our fellow people from
Yeah,
CAG.
for the for the knowledge of participant, I want to say inform you that the members from CAG also joined today's session. So I want to thank the member of CAG also to join our webinar, and to all the participants to make it more interactive by participating in answering the questions asked by the Nikun. So Nikun sir always try to give the webinar in standing by standing themselves, but right today we ask them to sit on the chair. So, so you make them make him interactive by answering his questions, so he will he will enjoy the session, I hope. So he enjoyed the session. So thank you, and thank you back office team to sub and technical support team of ICI for your support and for smoothly execution of this webinar. Thank you, and we will meet again in next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Yes, 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 yes. We can, we can.